Hillary Clinton's now current campaign manager, the chairman, he's John Podesta, and a left-wing activist had discussed how to change the Catholic Church from within, using progressive groups to incite a Catholic Spring revolution, sort of like the Arab Spring. Remember that? And in a 2012 email from Sandy Newman, he's president and founder of the progressive nonprofit Voices for Progress, he writes to John Podesta, quote, "There needs to be a Catholic Spring in which Catholics themselves demand the end of a Middle Ages dictatorship and the beginning of a little democracy and respect for gender equality in the Catholic Church. I haven't thought at all about how one would plant the seeds of the revolution or who would plant them, just wondering." And Podesta replies with organizations that have already been explicitly created to push that agenda, saying, quote, "We created Catholics in Alliance for the Common Good to organize for a moment like this. I think it lacks the leadership to do so now. Likewise, Catholics United, like most spring movements, I think this one will have to be bottom up. I'll discuss with Tara." Earlier today on Fox Business, the Catholic League president, Bill Donohue, lashed out.
We now have positive proof here that John Podesta is in conversation with a left-wing activist. His name is Sandy Newman. The conversation is this: how can we create a revolution in the Catholic Church? What kind of seeds need to be planted? And Podesta says, oh, we've been working on that. We set up these groups, Catholics in Alliance for the Common Good and Catholics United, two phony groups, which, by the way, are funded by George Soros.
And here's Donald Trump also calling out those emails. He's basically blasting them. Take a listen.
New emails also show members of the Clinton team viciously attacking Catholics and evangelicals. They attack Catholics and evangelicals viciously. And that won't be tolerated, but it won't be tolerated by the voters.
I just want to do a fact check here. To be clear, the emails had attacked conservative Catholics. We've got Trump National Diversity Coalition, Brunel Donald Che. Brunel, you say this is really an attack on the faith and of the faithful of the Catholic Church everywhere. Good to see you again, Brunel. Make your case.
Good to see you, too. God bless you, and God bless America. I would just say, you know, this just goes to Hillary Clinton and the WikiLeaks showing that she has one face in private and one face in public, and it's the same thing with her campaign team, obviously based on these emails. And what I would say is that, you know, the people of God generally are under attack. You know, the people that came to this country were here because of their religious freedoms. They were being persecuted in England. They came here to be able to practice their religion. And here we go again with the attacks on the people of God. And imagine, I believe like the Catholic vote is like 32 million, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. That's a lot of voters going to the ballot for Donald J. Trump, I suspect, on November the 8th. We have got to understand that even a lot of our laws and things like that are based on scriptures and things like that. So I just find it just disgusting, disrespectful. It just goes to the same thing. She's called, you know, Donald Trump supporters deplorable, Bernie Sanders supporters basement dwellers. And I'm just like, wow, you want to be the president of the United States, but you can't keep disrespecting and you know, making people feel like they're nobody. You're not going to be president. That's basically what is happening. People are waking up. America is waking up, and the people of God are awake.
You know, Brunel, you know, it's so interesting what you're saying, and I just wanted to get your thoughts because you're so articulate and you're so on the nose of what you say. Brunel, you know what's really interesting? You point out 32 million Catholics voted, I think, in 2012. And you know what's interesting? They're so diverse, the Catholic faithful. In other words, 5 of the last 9 presidents that the Catholics voted for were Democrats. And, you know, they basically, Catholics, basically the Conference of Catholic Bishops, they want universal health care. They want it since 1919. Yes. So they want sort of the same things that the Democrats write or for, but it risks alienating a big base when you're neck and neck in some of these states, right, Brunel?
But you know what? That's exactly what's been happening all along now with these WikiLeaks, the alienation of the American people. You know, a lot of people weren't awake, but now America is awake. I'm sure the Catholics are awake, all the Christians, because the Catholics are my Christian brothers and sisters. We are all awake, and we are not going to stand for our religious freedoms to be stepped on
Right.
and mocked
Okay.
and disrespected.
All right,
So,
Brunel, I want your
she's
thoughts
going to
on-
have a problem on November 8th.
Right.